Here we go. All right, let me get this up here. All right, so we're going to talk about how to plan or program strength and power exercises. First, we want to make sure that you have warmed up. I like to foam roll, perform some stretches, activation or motor control exercises, and then a dynamic warm up like locomotor skills, skipping, hopping, jumping, stuff like that. Then I get into my plyometrics, which is going to be either box jumps, vertical jumps, medicine ball throws, medicine ball slams, and we can also perform any ballistic exercises during this portion. This is our power portion. We want to do that right after the warm-up. Then after our power portion, we want to get into our strength training. After our body has been warmed up, the power exercises that we're going to perform are going to be really ready to go from our warm-up, and we're not going to waste any energy doing power after our warm-up or after our workout, because that would be a bad idea. So then we get into our strength training. What do you plan for strength? Well, you should plan push-pull, some carries, squats, and hinges. Okay, so you don't have to do it in that order, but what I like to do is a lower body, followed by an upper body, followed by a core exercise, 3 exercises, a triset, and I do 3 to 4 series per workout. So as long as I'm hitting a lower, upper, and core exercise, that's all that really matters. I do want to make sure that I'm getting at least 1 horizontal push, maybe 1 vertical push, and then I'm also going to make sure I get 1 horizontal row and then maybe 1 vertical row. I'm always going to make sure I get 1 squat and 1 hinge exercise, whether it's a hip lift, a squat, split squat, 1 leg squat, deadlift, that type of thing. And then for the core, I'm either going to do anti-rotation, anti-extension, or carrying exercises. So anti-extension would be your plank exercises. Anti-rotation would be any type of shoulder tap in the plank position exercise, and then also carrying exercises, which is good for the obliques. So I may even add in a side plank in there, or a anti-rotation press out, maybe even a get up with a kettlebell. So those would be my core exercises. And so I cycle from lower to upper to core in that order. I like to start with either a knee or hip dominant exercise, and then a push or pull, and then a core exercise. And then I just do the same thing each series. So if I didn't do knee dominant, the next thing I'll do for my next series will be hip dominant, and then I might do knee dominant. So I might have one day where I have mainly knee dominant and some hip. The next day is mainly hip, little knee, and I might have one day that's about equal. Same thing with push and pull. I might have a big day of push, but I'm also going to pull. I'm going to have a big day of pull where I'm also going to push. Okay. Same thing with pulling. I might have a big pull day, and I'm also going to have some pushing in there, and then I might have a big push day and a little pull. So it just depends on the day. Making sure that it's fully rounded. You're not just getting too much pushing, too much pulling, too much hinging, too much squatting, or too much core. You're just kind of balancing those 3 in a row. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of how I would do some power exercises with minimal equipment. First thing is going to be a squat jump, and then I'm going to perform some lateral bounds, followed by a core exercise in that order. I think that's a good way to perform a power workout, warm up before your strength training. So I'm going to start with that squat jump. Feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to jump up and down just to get a good base. I'm going to get in my squat position, and then I'm going to jump up toward the sky, and I'm going to reach up with my arms as far as I can toward the ceiling, trying to touch the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to go for 5 squat jumps, 5 bounds on each leg, and then I'm going to go with a lateral bear crawl. Here we go. All right, lateral bear crawl. Okay, so that would be an example of a power set without any equipment. So squat jump, lateral bound, lateral bear crawl, 3 exercises. That would be like a power series. I would do that after my warm-up and before my strength exercises. Okay. Other plyometric exercises you could do is med ball slam, 10 reps, med ball wall toss, 5 on each side, a rotating slam, 5 on each side, a box jump, okay, one-legged hops, that type of thing would be power. Okay, so upper body would be the medicine ball throws, lower body would be your plyometrics and your jumps, okay, like hopping, jumping. Now we're on to our strength. So I'm going to give you a lower body, upper body, core example, okay? First example I have is a goblet split squat. It's going to look like this with some weight. And we have a chin up, which is my upper body. And then we have a feet elevated side plank, okay, in that order. So let's start with some weight for my lower body exercise. So my lower body exercise is my split squat, goblet split squat, hold the dumbbell in a goblet style position directly on the chest, step one leg back, get in the lunge position or half kneeling position, and go straight up in an elevator. 2, 3, 4, 5. Super heavy, go for 3 to 5 weights. If it's light, go for 8 to 12 reps. I want to push through the heel, go straight down and up. Okay, so that would be your goblet split squat. Now, since I did 5 on each side with heavier weight or no weight for 8 to 12 reps. So every 4 weeks, you should switch your rep scheme, going from low weight, high intensity to lower weight, lower intensity. Okay. So here's our upper body exercise, followed by our lower body. We're gonna go underhand chin up and go for 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Went for 5. Didn't feel like ripping my shoulders apart. So go for the smart workload, not for your ego. Side plank, 5 inhales, 5 exhales. Then switching side. Notice I count breaths there, not seconds. I think breathing is more important than counting in that type of position. It's more important to be able to breathe instead of just hold a position without breathing. So that would be an example of lower body, upper body, core. Next variation we could do is a half kneeling inline lift where we're getting lower and core, followed by a power block row, which is upper body. And then we have push up to downward dog, which is another core upper body exercise. So this one, we have a little bit of leg in the uplift and upper body. So this is mainly an upper body series, but it does have some lower body input, such as the half kneeling position and the downward dog position, which are both heavy, or not heavy, but hit the legs. And the power block row, or the one arm row, really emphasizes hamstring stability and strength. So we are getting the lower body there. So that half kneeling inline lift, if you want to make it even more leg, you can bring the back knee off the ground. We're going to pull and then lift across the body. So pull, lift. Switching side. Right. And then we have a one arm row. With the one arm row, we're going to want to bench. Okay. We want an arm length distance away. Feet are wide. We want a full arm length away from the ground. And we don't want to rotate. We want to just, from this position, pull the bell to the ribs and slowly go down. Okay. Last in this series is our push up to downward dog. All right, so that series, we had push, we had pull, we had lifts. That middle set, that middle series, you can adjust for, I want more of a push day, I want more of a pull day, I want more of a squat day or a hinge day. So just take that into consideration. All right, I think these don't work anymore. So I'll give you one more example. Lateral squat press out. Press out, you can use weight or a med ball. And we'll do toes up since we've been working on that. Okay, then our half kneeling. I think we got a kettlebell overhead press. You can also use a dumbbell. You can do bottoms up kettle if you want more advanced. Half kneeling position, opposite. I can do both sides. And then switch. Oh, sorry. Whew. Probably shouldn't have moved the legs around. Just do 8 and 8 on each side there. Front plank reach. Getting in the front plank position. Anti-extension and rotation. Anti-extension in your plank and then rotation when you reach. 5 on each side. Whew. So that'd be an example of 3 strength series, upper body and core exercises together, and then I move on to my conditioning. So in that order, mobility warm-up with self-myofascial release, stretch, activation motor, control dynamic warm-up. Then I go through my power exercises, ballistics power, jumps, slams, bounce. Then I go through my strength series, 3 exercises, trisets, 3 sets, 2 to 3 sets. And then I move on to my conditioning, usually on a bike or a treadmill, 10 seconds on, 20 seconds off, or rest until your heart rate goes down. And then I do about 8 intervals after my workout. And that sums up my whole training philosophy and program for every day I work out. All right, take it and run with it. Whew.